Do 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 coo boo coo za ta ta ra ta ta raga da ga da 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 da. Ooh 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 ooh. Good afternoon. Well, what? Good afternoon? Are you crazy? A good night, everybody. How is going on? What is going on? How you guys doing? Yeah, baby. How's it going on? What's going on? How's the weather? How's everything? Yeah, how's the weather? How's everybody doing? We gotta put some music here on the background. Oh my God. Let's grab some music, some desktop music from my beats, and let's put some After Frost. Let's go right here. Yes, ma'am. I'll put some of that After Frost, and we're gonna lower it a little bit, that volume. So we got it on the background. Thank you very much. What's up? What's going on? So it's another day. Another day, another dollar, ladies and gentlemen. So tonight, we're gonna have a little bit of discussion. Not too complex. Very easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. So we had SUPERBooth last week, and more than last week, and pretty excited about all the products that came out. I know everybody has been speaking on it, and I'm gonna speak on it too because I'm a gear channel. I love talking about gear like everybody else. So that's how it goes. You know, that's how it goes. Very excited about this week. We have some surprises coming in very soon this week. I just don't want to say. I want to keep it a surprise. People are not gonna be that surprised about it because it's not a big deal. It's nothing out of the ordinary. But we're gonna go to, first of all, we're gonna go to Amazon.com and we're gonna check out some products for you guys. Let's go to the official site. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the official site, and here we go. As you can see, we're on the official site, and we're gonna go to this company, Accessables, DJ Performance table. Let's see if we can find it right here, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is very interesting. I got me one of these. I recommend you guys getting this one right here. Let me stop the music for a second. Yeah, I do recommend this little table right here, and as you can see, it's not a bad deal, not at all. Yeah, there you go. Not a bad deal. $139, and you get this right here. So let's click on it and let's check out the images in the two-tier DJ table stand. Guys, you gotta understand. Here you can put up to like 4 machines. Like if you had, let's say, like analog rhythm and analog 4, you can have those two in here together with probably, if you had like 2 more. How you doing, EchoCraft? Welcome, welcome. If you had like 2 more little synthesizer up here, like a Mofo or that new Protein, you can add that up here. Or you can have your big synthesizer, like a huge synthesizer on the bottom, and then up here your drum machine. And I really do recommend it. I bought it. I haven't made a video about it. I'm gonna make it soon. The cool thing about this is that I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I'm doing this just to provide you guys with the information about it. It's very sturdy, very sturdy. The metal construction on it, as you can see, that's just a regular X. Yeah, it goes as low. It's perfect because it goes high enough to be standing up, and it goes low enough that you can put a chair in front of it and play with it with a chair on it. You know, with a chair in front of it, like a regular studio desk. As you can see here on the pictures, you can see the different ways that they're used. This guy is using a mixer. Here you see how portable that is. I would have put these 2 speakers on the bottom and then the computer on top, and then whatever. That's me. This part right here where the speakers are sitting on is, you can tilt it to different angles. Now these things, the metal plates, they're not hooked up to the table, so you can lift them out, but they're heavy enough that you just put them right there. You just throw them on top and that's it. You don't need to do that much. You just throw them on top. With the weight that you add to them, it makes it even more sturdy. The more weight you add to it, and it can handle, I think, up to 280 pounds of pure force. This is the, like a mobile workstation for the DJ that has that big old thing. And let's see the dimensions. It go all the way up to 45 inches high, 37 to 45, and this is the bottom part, goes 26 to 34, as you can see, the height. How you doing, Banana Rider 69? And then you got the top shelf is 18 inches, and the bottom shelf would be 36 inches by 19 deep, which is pretty good. I mean, you got plenty of space. It says here 180 pounds, so you got 180 pounds. You can pretty much, if you don't weigh that much, you can sit on that, and I don't know, do something on top of it. I don't know. You can, yeah, you can add the DA table. The thing why I'm saying this, because there's other alternatives to this, and they are close to 5 times the amount of price. Like it's not to rag on them, but let's see, we gotta be smart about the things that we buy. And then if you search for oh my god, what's the name of this people, Analog Cases, I know they're a premium company, but I mean, Analog Cases, a performance table. All right, you got the XTS performance stance, and it's this one right here. And as you can see, it's a complete bundle, and you see it has a couple extra things that it may or may not be so useful, because it's the same thing. Now we're talking about $599, ladies and gentlemen. This is too much. I think it's way too much. I think that, yeah, the design is a little bit more stable. I could say that it could be more stable, just by the way it's designed, but this one does not fold, I think. Let's check out if it folds into itself. Yeah, it does. It also does fold into itself, which is a good thing. The other one, you see, you got pretty much the same space. It's pretty much the same table. The only difference is you got these little holes for your instruments to go in there and whatnot. But this one right here, you get pretty much the same thing. If you want holes, I'll say just drill the whole thing, you know. Just drill it, make 3 or 4 holes in here and run your stuff through it. I think it's a beautiful price for what it does. And it completely folds on itself. Like you can fold it all the way down. Right now it's in my closet in one little corner and everything is together in that little corner. It doesn't even take not even a foot of deepness inside of that thing. So it's pretty good. Actually, I think I really do like it. Yes. So I'm gonna change this thing. Now it's really low. All right, this thing is really low on volume. We'll figure it out right now. Oh, it's not even this one. Let's check it out. Yeah, I don't worry about that right now because it's pretty good. Okay, next thing. We're gonna talk a little bit about the SUPERBooth, and the first thing I'm gonna go with
Meet Novation Launch Control.
Right now, we're gonna go with this little bit of news from Electron. Very happy about this, and very happy to see this. Let's jump
just
over
a
here.
Great functional unit, right?
Yes.
Let's listen to it right quick.
It allows you to add 8 additional outputs. These for instance, in this case, a digitone.
Right.
So the outputs.
Sorry to hear that. Are you about to go live right now or later? Well, the drum thing. We'll take a little quick look at it. I have my opinions, and I believe you're gonna have your own opinions about it. But I have my opinions about it. It will be good. It's gonna be good. Let's hear it.
They are balanced. They are mono, and they are DC coupled.
Right.
And so one could think of use cases it being DC coupled, but we'll probably get there.
And that's just connected via a USB?
Yes.
So it's like class
the
compliant?
USB here, brum, into here. So it's a USB-C port here, and this port is...
All right, as you can see right here, you got total of 8 outputs, and they're mono outputs, but they're balanced outputs, which is great. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Echo. I hope you get your studio back together for this thing. As you can see, it's 8 outputs of mono balanced cables, which is awesome. I tell you, it's awesome. Let's change here the camera right quick. Right here, I have the digitone, right? And I have the digitone is a very nice piece of equipment. But now, what happens is that it only has 2 outputs, but you have 4 channels here, right? So I believe that you can have right now, with that little box that Electron came out with, you're gonna be able to use this Electron digitone and have 4 stereo outputs into the DAW plus your main outputs. So it's gonna give it total of 10 outputs, and you can have a whole production. You can have a drum machine going in through the inputs if you wanted to, and then separate all the outputs of the Electron digitone. And with 2 machines probably, or with just 1 machine, you're gonna be able to have enough outputs to like multi-track your mix, and that's gonna be amazing. I think it's very important when you're making music, and I was hesitant on getting like the digi boxes because they didn't have enough outputs. That's why I went with the bigger boys right here, the Analog 4 and the Analog Rhythm, just because they have 8 balanced outputs, and this one has 4 stereo but unbalanced 4 stereo. But you can do 4 stereo outputs from this one. It's like having 4 different mono synthesizers in one, on what, or one big old 4 voice synthesizer, which that's what I've been using it as lately, as a big 4 voice fully analog synthesizer. And I'm very happy with this unit. Some people say it sucks, they don't like it. I really do like it a lot. It has its quirks, you have to figure it out, you gotta understand it. The filter on this machine is amazing. You just gotta understand the way it works. The filter works, it has like a parallel dual filter. So sometimes you have to use both filters in a way to give it more character, and it does work. It's just you gotta understand it. There's a lot of things. Each machine has their own characters, like each individual self. So they don't work. They have the same sequencer, but they don't feel the same. They're like different things, all of them. All right. So let's keep on listening to these guys.
For power.
Ah, okay.
And these are all connected now with balance cables.
Yeah.
5 of them is going to the mixer now, and 3 of them is going here.
Ah, so DC coupled TV outputs.
Yes.
Right.
So if you were looking for a solution for your setup and you wanted to have 1 or 2 of your tracks sending CV outputs, there you go. You're gonna have the ability of sending CV outs into your equipment, your what you may call that, your modular setup. All right.
Indeed. So I have prepared a project.
Okay.
If we want to,
I think we do.
yeah. So we can go through it really fast. So the way it works, when you attach an outbox to a Digitone, for instance, you will get this in the settings. It says outbox 8.
There you go. That's right there. That's it changes the menu, and I believe they're gonna have to do a whole system overhaul of all the other older machines to be able to accept this. I don't know if these ones, like the Analog Rhythm and the Analog 4, really do need that, because the Analog 4 has 4 dedicated outputs, unless it adds even more, but I have no idea. He'll probably be able to send, I don't know. He'll probably do more stereo sounds with the Analog Rhythm, I guess, because it gives it 8 more, so that now you can have like probably a couple things there. So if you're running stereo samples on your Analog Rhythm and you want to record them out of the Analog Rhythm in stereo, I guess that's pretty practical if it does that.
I go in there.
All right, that's the system right there. As you can see, it shows you everything. I love the way Electron does these things. It is so intuitive, and when you go into the menus, everything's just right there. Like what you're gonna do is in there, so you are never gonna miss it because everything's labeled and nothing's hidden. Yeah.
And I will configure my routing. So in this case, I have decided to have 2 monos. 1 mono, 2 mono, 3 and 4 are stereo. Of course, I can change this to.
You see the CV right here? So you got different ones. I think you got CV gate. You have one that has like a little potentiometer type of signal, and then you have note signal and gate signal. That's pretty awesome.
Mono as well, but in this case I want it like this. And number 5, output 5, is also mono. As you can see here, 6, 7 and 8 are CVs, But if I want, I can make them all audio.
All right, okay.
Or all CVs. But for this little,
But it's a split thing. It's not
Yeah.
like CV,
No.
audio. Yeah, so, but that makes sense. That's
and
easy.
and these settings are also stored in project level.
Right.
So because potentially having it
Okay, for me that's enough there with this video. It's gonna be available. He doesn't say it right quick, but in the end of the video, they're gonna have it available for like around 200. I think he was talking about like 250 to 300 pounds, which is probably like $350. That's great. That's a good price because it's basically a interface for your standalone devices, and I think it's gonna bring a whole different game. It's gonna bring a whole different thing to the whole game. I think that's the way, you know, Electron is going the right direction with this one. I think they're being smart because there's a big problem with latency when it comes to the overbridge, I guess. I haven't even been able to make overbridge work on my MacBook. I don't know why it does not detect the machines. I don't know what the hell I gotta do, and I just don't want to pick up the phone and call these people at Electron to walk me through possibly to the whole process. And it says that it needs some ports open for it. I just don't understand. To me, it's a big hassle. It should have been overbridge. Should have been the most straightforward thing that you have to do on a interface between computer and machine. But that's me. Now, getting away from the Electron stuff, we're gonna go here 1 second. Let me just check something right quick. Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go now. Let's talk about this one. It's one of the most sexiest, I think, and I really mean it. It's one of the sexiest. I think this should go for the price of sexiest looking thing at Superbooth.
We've just launched our new baby. We call it drums. We like simple things.
look at that thing, bro. Well, I showed this to my friends at work, and they were going crazy. They were like, hold on 1 second. They were like what? Yo, they were like, what is that? They were like, what is that? Like, they were like, what is that? Is that like an Apple product? It looks kind of like it.
The idea was simple. It's just to make the best sound design possible, the best hardware design possible, the best sequencer, and we know stuff about sequencing.
There you go. That's why I like it's a whole piece, boy. It's just a whole piece. They CNC it out, and everything is one piece. I like that about this machine.
We've been doing them for over 10 years. But also
Here we
remember,
go. This is beautiful right here, as you can see. But there's more potentiometers than chips. I think the chips are way smaller, like really little ones, compared to other machines that I've well, compared to the Electrons that I have, and the insides of the
About the
Electron, the chips, they look bigger than this. Or maybe I'm tripping. I'm not sure. But this is a crazy layout right here. There's tons of options in there, I guess.
so the workflow is the main thing we care about.
Oh, yeah, that's why you see 1, 2, 3, and 4. The problem with this machine, big time. This is only a 4-voice analog synthesizer. So don't get fooled. I thought it was 8 voice analog synthesis for drums. Not even close to the analog rhythm at all, man. Like the analog rhythm is 8 voices, my friend. 8 voices, okay? 8 voices on 12 tracks, which you have 4 of the 8 Of the 12, you have 4 tracks that choke each other, which that's the way it works, but in total you have 8 voices. So I think for drums, you don't need that many voices. With 4 voices of analog drums, you have more than enough. That's on my way of thinking. I think with 8, you're good. And you have, out of all those 8 voices, you have 3 that can do anything. All they can be any of the other voices, and then you have the other 5. They got their own specific things. Okay, so that's how the analog rhythm works. But we're talking here about the Polyend drums. As you can see there's 4 big sections of analog circuitry, and it's just the 4 voices of the machine. Let's hear it.
It's for everybody who cares about doing music without menu diving and being in the flow rather than in the manual. Yes, so if you would like to see what's going on, I would probably start saying that it is analog and digital. We've got 4 full analog digital voices, and
there you go. That's one of the criticisms that a lot of people are giving it, is that these are so tiny. It's like super tiny little screens. For people like me, I'm young and my eyesights are good. But for people that use glasses and they have a hard time looking at things, this is gonna be it might be a pain in the ass. Take a look. Plus, they say that it's part of the design, so you don't get too much into the screens. But you need the screens to be able to figure out what you're doing, what you're doing on your synthesis inside of the machine. So they overlooked that. I'm not sure if I'm them, I'll change the design and put a little bit bigger one, but that will cost a whole bunch of money, I guess.
I can pick any instruments in each of 8 lanes. Each instrument is different, so we have some like kicks that are analog, that are FM, that are classic, that are digital classic, 50 instruments will give you a lot of possibilities to create the drum beat, but also if you click into the instrument.
Okay, that's it with this video. I think you had enough with this one. This machine is going for $2,700, $2,600. I think it's way too expensive for 4 voices. But also you have the TR1000 is also $2,600. And one thing I forgot to mention, I don't know, for the people that love the Octatrack,
You've got different variations.
they have here a slider. They have a fader, and it does something kind of like the Octatrack, and you can jump from 2 different versions of your beat with this thing right here. So I guess this is a jab towards the Octatrack from Electron. Like I say, today's is the SUPERBite video. I'm biting on everybody else's video today. I'm sorry for the people that I don't even know who they are. This is probably Sonic State. Milk Audio Store. Milk Audio Store is this video. And the video before, I forgot, I think it's Sonic State. And now we're gonna go with this one.
At Vermona. And it's great to get you on camera.
The Vermona Drum Ding. Vermona Drum Ding.
Finally, I think we've done a couple of things with you in the past trade shows. But you've got something really exciting here, the Drum Ding.
The Drum Ding, exactly.
Was announced how long ago now?
Okay, Drum Ding. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, this is videos from Sonic State, and I think it's around $1,600. A lot of people say that the Vermona has the biggest and baddest construction in their equipment. I'm not the type of person to say no, because I don't own a Vermona. And they say that even though this machine is just one full analog voice dedicated for drum synthesis, and they say that the sound is like top notch, over the top type of thing, and we're gonna have a little quick listen to it.
It's an analog synthesizer voice that is especially made for generating all kinds of drum sounds. So it's not only, or it's not a dedicated kick channel or a dedicated snare synthesizer. It can generate all kinds of drum sounds. So we have an oscillator in there, we have a noise generator, we have an impulse generator, and yeah, and with that, you can, for example, I've set it to make a kick. We make that kick with the oscillator in the moment. So you can, for example, set the decay. We have a wave shaper here.
Yeah, it sounds pretty deep. I don't know about that. Damn, bro. Let's see something here. I can show you. Where's that plastic? Then you go here. Then you go here. I mean, I have another engine here that can kick the ass right quick. Let me see something. So I don't know, man. Talking about $1,600, just one voice. I don't know.
If we add a little bit of click, we have a little bit more punch. And once you made your sound, you internally sample it and make a sample out of this sound. And that's very easy. We have a sample button here, and if you press that sample button, hold it, and then you select your destination track. Let's say we want the kick on track 1. We just hit track 1, and then we have it immediately available as a sample.
Great.
And then, you know, I'm not so creative, so I set the steps on 4 to the floor.
4 to the floor,
But,
classic. There we go.
It's something that worked in the past, and I hope it works here as well.
So
and
that sound has been taken from there,
Exactly.
saved into there. So if we change anything here,
So whatever. I this is how I feel. I feel that it's a little bit on the overpriced side, but it has a sequencer, just like kind of like Electron, and it's priced pretty much around the same price it would cost you to buy a Tonewerk, which I think the Tonewerk looks even. I just the thing, the pricings on these things. So we could be talking about a well-priced machine or an overpriced machine, if you, depending on how you think about it. Because to get the analog rhythm, you need $2,200, which is $2,200, and then to get a Tonewerk, you need to spend $1,500, and to get the Vermona drum thing, you need to spend $1,600. So you have to take it the way you can. I mean, it's either way. It's a different way of doing things. It probably adds a flavor that nobody else can add to their sound, but it's nothing that I cannot replicate here on the analog rhythm, which is it's its own thing. I'm very like right now I'm super like happy with it. Because it just gives you the you know, the action, you know what I mean? Like I can do the same thing he's doing there with this one. That's right. I just love this thing more than the other one. So yeah. Anyways, let's keep on hearing it a little bit. Actually, let's find a different. There's this other person that is doing more videos about the drum thing. The drum thing. I think it's drum ding. Okay, drum ding. Drum ding. Search ding. Drum ding. All right. This guy right here, he's doing it. Let's see his channel before I go in.
When it was time to add my son to our car insurance, I was scared to even think about my wallet.
Oh my God. Who drives without car insurance? Do you drive without car insurance, guys? All right. So this is Ura Music and Vermona Gear. So this guy dedicates his channel to Vermona Gear. And he's made his career on Vermona Gear, so this is the right person to go to when it comes to Vermona, I guess. Let's go.
Let's reset everything. Let's send the VCO through the VCF. Or either let's send it directly out. We want something massive. So first things, you can set the decay. Now, you can sample a longer thing.
Tell me if it's too loud, if it's perfect, let me know.
And then cut it in the digital domain. So I always like to have a longer decay. You can tune it. Now I don't have.
Oh boy, that's a fat drum machine. That's the type of drum machine I like now.
A tuner. Let's use a almost sine wave. We had a tiny bit of bend to have a snappier kick. Now, let's see how it sounds with some click. I kind of like to have a bit of a click. One can add some noise, send it to the VCF, not on fifth, zero resonance, zero bend.
You know what? In the near future, I think I'm gonna buy this machine just to have a second, just to have a second analog drum machine, just for the sake of it. And I like the way it's sounding. This is sounding beefy, bro.
We have our kick. What do we do now? We need to assign to one of the track. Now there's two different ways to do that. The easy one is press sample, hold it down, and then press any track. In that way, automatically the machine will sample internally, set the right amount of normalization and blah, 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 and put it on the track. Now I press sample, track 1, and now, as you can hear, we have track 1. Let's go on pattern 1, track 1. If we put it down and we press play, that's it. We have our first sound down. The sequencer is straightforward. He has a couple of very interesting things, and I know that they're still working to refine some other things. The first.
So this machine is basically on the first stages of its development. I guess they're gonna have to do more updates to its sequencer, and for the sound of it, it sounds great. It sounds good. It sounds good, EchoCraft. What are you gonna do about it? It sounds really good, man. This is right up your alley, I think.
Page is a trigger page where you set the repeat and you set the level, velocity,
Hold on, EchoCraft. You said the electronics is not your cup of tea, and now you have the drum ding, which is basically a parameter locking type of stuff. It's pretty much up that alley right there. I don't know, you get it, you're inching towards Electron, and look at that little screen, it's pretty small.
Shifting of the nudging of the trig and the trig probability.
Listen, I don't care. I'm the type of guy that I like to go positive and negative on stuff. I like to see the negative and I like to see the positive. A lot of people have a hard time pointing, like me, I have a hard time pointing the positive things out first. I like to do the bad things first because the positive things, they're nice. It make you feel good. But the negative stuff doesn't make you feel good. It makes you feel bad. You know, that bad feeling. But when you get to the good stuff, it's a relief, you know. So I'm the type of guy, I go each way, both ways. Huh? How you like that now? I go both ways. Huh? How you like that now?
The moment the trig probability is only on a scale from 0 to 100, the pattern right now can be 4 pages of 16 steps. There's two ways to set the dynamic of the sound. You have level, and by default is set by velocity. But I like to decouple velocity and level because velocity can be used as a mod.
Okay, cool. That's enough with the Vermona. That's pretty good. All right. So we have another controversial sound here that a lot of people are talking about it. Some people are praising it, and some people are kind of pissed off about it.
Here they've got like one of the hot products of the show, so let's go learn about it. In we go. I mean, this is why we started outside, because I got a glimpse. Look at this. Come on.
Oh, come on, man. Hurry
California.
up.
Imagine being able to build any.
Imagine being able to build your own spaceship.
Sort of the subtractive synthesis where you start with a complex waveform and then you subtract sound out of it. It's let's throw these headphones on. You start with a very simple waveform, right? So let's see, let's start with a sine wave, and then you add in harmonic content, and then you wavefold it. And then you modulate it with a secondary oscillator, modulation oscillator. So we're starting with amplitude modulation. Or you do frequency modulation. You have multiple waveforms of that. So previously, like on the music easel, on the 200E, and those are wonderful instruments, you'd have to be like doing a lot of patching, and there's a steep learning curve. And the idea with Ziggy is to sort of take the learning curve out and give you these sort of like elements that are at the heart of, you know, a lot of buchla instruments from our history, but in a package.
I love this.
But there's also
looks like what it sounds like.
There's also really nice musical sounds in here, like. This is a generative patch based on sort of ideas from Ethiopian jazz.
Wow. You'd love the sound of this thing. Are you hearing it? Okay, sounds so.
He'll hear later.
So there's all this movement I'm hearing. We brought this
to musical intervals, right? So let's... And then bring in the complex oscillator.
Oh!
So instead of just having wee wee, it's
moving through
a scale.
I get it.
So now we have the cycler.
And what's the cycler?
The cycler is an envelope. It's a pulsar. It can be.
Okay, so buchla, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to say too much about it because I never owned a buchla thing whatsoever. I don't know if this is my type of stuff right now. And it's a lot of sound design I can hear from what I can hear with this. It's like bringing in elements of effects elements and things like that. Like, you know, a lot of modulation, a lot of weirdness, and that's pretty much it. I don't know. I don't know if that's my style right there, but a lot of people are going to like it. A lot of people are going to buy it. They say it's cheap for a buchla. It's super cheap. And yeah, that's the Ziggy. Buchla Ziggy. What else? There was a couple more interesting things out here in the world of SuperBooth 2026. You got the drum ding right there. Oh yeah, this one right here. It's a little short. As you can see, when you listen to digital sounds after listening to analog sounds, it's a whole different thing. I tell you that. It's not even close. Oh, that's the GR2. A GR2. Let's see it. This is definitely a buy. GR2. They have a GR2 versus GR1, but GR2 is the new thing.
Okay, we heard SUPERBooth 2026, Tasty Chips, you're back.
Yes,
I've only
we're
seen
back.
you like 2 or 3 years ago when you showed the prototype of the Mega, which is actually way smaller than I imagined.
Address this and turn on multi.
All right, let's get a look at it. It's smaller, and I'm already loving the form factor. Smaller synthesizer, a little bit less of a space hugger, and the screen is big enough as touch screen. And then at the same time, you have plenty of encoders. I can see from here, so that's 8, 16, 24 knobs. That's plenty. What is it? 24? Am I counting right? Let's see. So this 5 and that's 10, and that's 16 knobs plus a big ass fader. And I believe this is the way to go when it comes to the GR series. I think this is a great buy right here. This is gonna fly off the shelf. If you know, you know, you're gonna buy it.
Timbrel.
And also, this video is from Let's Play Synths. You can search it on YouTube, you'll find it.
Layering. We can immediately save, load, and rename.
Welcome, DG Addict. Welcome.
Copy files over here.
Let's maybe start with that, because this has always been a pain until firmware 3.0.
Yeah, in the GR1. It was how do you say, a good critique from the community, where we thought we need to address this, and we wanted to improve that a long time ago. But the problem is the file management. It's so at the core of what the user uses that you cannot mess around with that and expect everything to be stable. So it took a while to keep everyone's work safe and make a new user interface for the file handling. Go to patch settings. So we basically split up all those big menus and made them all small parallel menus. So everything is.
Look at that, very nice interface. And it's touchscreen, you got all them fingers on it already.
Basically 2 touches away.
Yes, but it's still more accessible, because now you can find everything, and this has been one of the major problems, that you got a whole...
Bro, they definitely need to send Hans Volt a whole unit. Tasty Chips here, if you're listening to me, please send Hans Volt, which is the master of the synthesis over there. Send him one of those things so he can try it. We all want to hear it, because I'm gonna pull the trigger on this one 100%. As soon as it's available, I'm gonna get it for sure. Not as quick as everybody would, but I'm gonna get it, because this is a granular synthesizers, and granular synthesis is where, just like the electron tone work, is where the future's at. You want to go towards the future. You don't want to stay in the past. Is good to revisit every once in a while. It has its things that stay there, that belong to that time. But time flies and things new. And I want to experience. I don't want to be a stuck up in the past type of guy. I wanna go, and this is going towards the future. That's the way to go.
List of presets, and
background.
Let's see if they demo it a little bit.
Here we see the modulation applied to the cutoff. But we can also do it up front in the main screen. Let's say, for example, LFO 3, search the destination.
Okay, yeah. You can select it right there.
Yeah. Low pass cutoff, and then apply that modulation here as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's another workflow improvement. Effects, let's have a look. So here we can scroll through 4 slots for effects. We have plenty of effects for you.
You can apply now 4 effects per layer.
Yes,
in a chain.
Yeah.
Bro, 4 effects per layer. So you got how many effects? So you got 4 layers of sound that you can play at the same time on this thing right here. If that's not enough for you to make a newer sound that nobody else has, then you can't. I don't know what to tell you, but this is where it's at right now.
Okay.
That's a really big improvement in comparison to the GR1. By the way, what do we have? Gotta press it. So we have a vibrato effect. We have distortion. We haven't made presets yet, so sometimes you don't hear it. Let's give it.
Yeah. Speaking of haven't made it yet, when will this be available?
Yeah, this is a prototype that's at 90%. The Kickstarter is going really well. I think we already announced it like 3 days ago. So I think we can basically promise that this unit will be released at the end of this year, around September, October. Then we will take it.
There you go. That's your Christmas present right there, boys.
Into production
and girls.
Probably ship it out pretty close after.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
girls, yeah, girls first, because I love girls, and then boys too.
On Kickstarter, what is the current price or early?
But not in a weird way, guys. Okay, take it easy.
Bird price and then later regular price.
The regular price I do know. I don't know the Kickstarter price yet.
All right, it's gonna be $881 regular price. All right, and early bird, and that was the early bird. So it's gonna be $1,000 when it's on the regular price out there. The early bird price is, and then they're sold out already. 881 bucks. Yeah, amazing. SUPERBooth this year has been killer. I think this is one of the best years of SUPERBooth. Yeah, maybe not. Let's check out something else. Yeah, and I don't think I'm gonna jam. I'm gonna cut it out right here. I'm gonna be working the rest of the night, probably at work, next 2-3 hours. Work on some music that I'm doing, because I'm gonna start doing video jams on my channel. That way we gotta know something new. Let me see what else is up here. Oh, this thing right here, the Exelon, is again Sonic State with the Exelon. Bro,
That's correct.
Hold on, man. Oh yeah, man, we have to get this guy. I don't know, guys, if you don't understand what this is. I know EchoCraft was looking for a mixer. EchoCraft, this is the mixer you want, bro. This is it right here. It's an 8-channel stereo, 16-channel mono, and this is a performance mixer, fully analog. It has all kinds of nice and tasty circuits for adding grit to your sound, and also each channel has its own filter, plus the master has another filter too, and this is wild. Let's hear it.
This looks like a mixer.
It is a mixer. It's the performance mixer that electronic musicians have been asking for, and we've been working on for a few years now. It's based on the Exelon design DNA that we put into our Eurorack mixer.
Right.
But we brought it to the desktop and included a lot of features pro-grade circuitry, all analog, and in a form factor that is portable. It's about the size of Octatrack and other types of instruments that you would be plugging into the mixer.
So it's kind of multi-channel DJ style-ish and mono stereo inputs. What are these?
So we have 8 stereo channels. They're all either stereo, mono, or dual mono. You can actually do 2 mono on the same channel and crossfade between the inputs.
Oh, nice.
So it actually gives you 16 kind of separate channel inputs that you can use if you really want to. Of course, you'd share those channel controls on.
Look at that thing back here. Oh my God, look at that beautiful. It's beautiful stuff right here, guys. I don't know what to tell you. And girls too. Hey, all the girls, man, all the girls watching, if they're watching, you guys need to make your own channels. I want to see more girls doing synthesizer, drum machine stuff. You know, it's a such sausage fest up in here. So we need more girls in the internet doing stuff here with the analog equipment and all that stuff. That would be very, very nice.
And those are along the top row here. And actually channel 8 even has a dynamic microphone input.
Right.
And you can switch that channel to the mic input if you want to use it and run it through all the cool channel parameters that we included.
So you've got a bit of processing here as well, a bit of EQ and some drive as well.
Yeah, so what we did to make it compact and give you a lot of immediate control is make all these channel parameters have a secondary mode. So the gain can be switched from clean gain to an overdrive kind of gain. The EQ can go from a tilt style EQ. If you need it brighter, you just grab it in the mix. If it's too bright and you need it duller, you turn it down a little bit. And then you can switch that to a mid-band booster cut. So that's a bell curve in the middle. So you can booster cut the middle and give it more bite or scoop it out. The compressor here per channel is a VCA-based compressor. That's going to control dynamics as you'd expect. And then
guys, and it's all, everybody, this is all analog circuitry. So it's the real deal.
The punch mode gives you a little more punch with a late attack and adjust the release as well for drum tracks so they can cut through if they're a little bit dull sounding. We also have 2 stereo effect sins, which are typically used for your time-based effects. So we have on.
If there's any new people in the chats or lurking, please like and subscribe. I'm Tactical Media. I'm here every Tuesday night around 11, 10, 9 p.m. around there. If I can, whenever I can make it, but every Tuesday I make it here. Please give me a like and subscribe. I'll be so grateful for that. And it'll bring more stuff to the channel and more stuff for you guys, the viewers. I'll make things available in the future and all these things. It's just very hard for me to lift up this channel by myself and doing all the things that I do. Every little bit counts. A like and a subscribe. That's free. You can give it out. So, you know, please hit that button. Thank you very much.
This demo we have delay and reverb, and then you can switch those to pre-fader if you like right on the front panel.
Right, per channel.
Per channel. And then moving down, you have a balance control, which is the typical stereo balance control, which will act like a pan generally. But if you switch to crossfade mode, then I can take 2 separate mono inputs into the channel, and they will be panned to the center now. There's no more left-right, but you can crossfade between them.
Wow. Okay. So there's quite a lot of quite a lot of features.
Oh, so it turns the balance into an on and off for each channel. So you can run 2 different sounds in here and then switch up from one or the other, or keep both right on the middle. That's a great idea. So you don't need like extra buttons and stuff. They thought well about this thing.
Yeah, just on the channel. And then the volume.
Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. They all have a Q button. So that means that you're going to be able to hear the sounds before they go out the master buttons. So this is great. This is a great thing, because that, you know, that right there is going to give you the option. I'm thinking about it. The only thing I'm thinking about, one of the things, hey, Banana Rider, have a good night, man. Thanks for showing up. I'll see you next time around the tubes. You know how it goes. All right. So the thing that I'm praying God for is they add a looper track to the tone work. to the master 16, the number 16 master channel, a looper at the end of the chain that can switch from the loop and cancel out the rest of the inputs and the channels and just runs the loop. And then instead of one effect in channel 16, add 4 effect slots at channel 16 just to go nuts at it. That would be great. But that's if they're listening to me, right? So, all right.
Is a linear VCA-based volume control with a white LED that dims as it goes down, and that gives you an indication of whether it's on or off, kind of, and what its level is. But it's also sidechain responsive. So we have a built-in master sidechain. So if you turn that on for this channel...
So it has sidechain already. You can sidechain anything.
You'll see that it starts to duck behind the master sidechain. And you can see that happening visually, and you'll hear it as well. So the volume can be controlled by the master sidechain, which we'll get to in just 1 second. There's a Q on every channel you can pop on. So in the headphones, you can switch to monitor the Q bus.
Right.
And then we have something that's really particular to this mixer, which is part of the major parts of the flexibility, are the A and B bus system. So right now this channel is going to main, which goes straight to the master mix.
Yeah.
But you can detour and go to A or B, okay? And that gives you 2 things you can do with A or B. A and B have their own stereo inserts on the back.
Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that ability, guys. You can basically run 2 different beats on this thing basically at the same time. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about that you can run 2 things at once and bring one and out the other one. And it's basically like a DJ mixer would do with tracks, but instead of tracks, you're doing it with instead of full songs, you're doing it with electronic hardware, which blows my mind. Now with a mixer like this, it justifies having more than one drum machine, because now you can have one drum machine on A and one drum machine on B, one synthesizer on A, one synthesizer on B, and they're doing 2 songs in different, let's say if they're doing it different BPMs or whatnot, or doing their own thing, and you can switch from one to the other. That's crazy right there.
Right.
So that's in addition to the effect sends and returns.
So you could bang in some whatever, some bus.
Yeah, I use a chaos pad. You know,
yeah,
so I can anything I want to send to that, I can send to A and go out and run through the chaos pad and come back.
Right.
And the other thing A and B are good for is for...
Let me shout out Surco. Surco is the channel, the guy that introduced me to this when it didn't do it for me, but he did it on his channel, and I found out about him, and he was talking about this thing, and he had like a little Q&A going on, and I asked him, and he answered most of my questions, and he was a very nice guy, and he was pushing this out. And let me tell you, this is if a guy like that is using this brand, it's because it's good. And it's not gonna be cheap, but it's not gonna be super expensive, and probably they'll tell us the price.
Filter assignment. So let's go ahead and move over to the center section here. The master filter is a stereo high pass and low pass.
So yeah, okay.
With a center detent. And each of those has their own resonance controls. So you don't have to compromise. You can set the low pass resonance you like and the high pass and leave it there. The A-B mixes have their volumes right under it, but here's a filter assignment switch. So you can assign the filter to anything that's on the A bus
or the B bus.
Or the B bus.
Yeah.
And there is here's the on-off switch. There's also a master override. So the filter all up at the master control, you turn this on like this, and now the whole mix goes through the filter, and it makes it easier to use on the fly, and you don't have to worry about it.
And really handy for like DJ style, high-pass effects or whatever. Yeah,
it's also great for a demo. You just turn it on filter all, and anybody can come up and use it.
Oh yeah, we've got. I can.
Yeah, if you'd like to hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the low pass side. And the high pass side.
And how resonant can resonant be?
Resonant is a little higher than you'd get on, say, an Allen and Heath mixer, because this is for electronic musicians that are working with individual tracks rather than a full mix.
That sounds really nice.
So you can get a little higher. But we still kept it under
like
control,
that.
so in a live performance, you're not going to get squealy and out of control.
Excellent
in the center,
SL,
it's almost
baby.
bypassed, even with the resonance full, right?
What's that?
When it's in the center position, it's like bypass.
It's basically bypassed, yeah. So it's still engaged, but if you want to turn it off mid-filter,
Yeah,
you can
that's
do that
good
with
too.
the button, right? So you don't have to turn it back to center to turn it off.
And you can
so
do an
that's
effect like turn on off
the
on
sidechain
off.
is right above it. This is one of the cool
That'll be
things about
crazy.
this mixer that you don't really see in most mixers, even DJ mixers. So the sidechain is fed by channel 1 as the sidechain source by default.
Right.
And it copies the input and sends it over to this circuit. Now you can replace that.
Yeah, so you can send, let's see if you got a drum machine like this one, you can send the kick channel to that first, and then the rest send it out to the stereo out, and then you already have a side chain ready to go, rock and roll. Nice, very nice.
By patching into external sidechain in if you like.
Yeah.
And you can even patch out of one of the channel's direct outputs into it if you like.
Oh,
which is
okay.
convenient. So basically you dial in the frequency you want to target with this bandpass filter. Then you set the threshold. So if I just want the bass drum, channel 1 has a drum mix, so I kind of need to dial in and find it. And then you can adjust the decay. So it's an envelope generator, not a follower. So it's a nice smooth curve. And then this is the intensity. So like I said, any channel that's assigned to have the sidechain duck it, you just turn up the intensity and they all duck together as a percentage of the whole here. So 50% ducking would be, if this channel's at 50%, that would drop it down to 25. So it's not going to completely kill it. So you get a relative amount of ducking per channel depending on where the levels are. So you can build energy. You can even mute the drum tracks, build energy with the side chaining, and then bring them in. This was to give you a lot of flexibility for however you work.
So we've got 8 stereo inputs, so up to 16, plus you could get a couple more in the A and B bus insert returns, is that right?
Yeah, you can use the effects returns as extra channels.
Extra, right.
And you can use the mix A and B returns as extra channels if you don't. It'll be €18.99 euros.
Okay.
$18.99, so $2,000 basically, American dollars. I think it's a great price for $2,000. You're getting bang after bang. You know, these are like fully analog circuitry completely. It has overdrive per channel. You're gonna be like more than enough for your performances. I don't know what else is going on. There's nothing with Behringer lately. I wish Behringer did more things like I wish Behringer came out with something for like mastering. Like I already got the 369, and I know they got that 1073 style preamps. That's cool and everything, but I wish they came out with something to warm up the sound real nice. I wish they did that. Like, something to warm up the sound. That would be great if they did that. But I'm not sure what they're going to be doing. I think that Behringer needs to focus on their own thing. They already know. Behringer already has the knowledge of all this past machinery. And now it's the time for them to collectively use all the powers of research and development throughout many, many, many years of cloning synthesizers and come up with their own thing. They could kill the market. They have the price point. They have the manufacturing place. They have everything. Behringer should do that. If they do that, if they bring out a Behringer groove box, that can deliver analog. I'm asking for a lot, but Behringer is missing out on this thing. I know they did the recreations of 909, 808s, and all that stuff. 626. With all that knowledge, they can make a machine that is a dangerous machine, Yeah, they have all the material to make it happen, like Synthetic is saying, and they can do it, and they can stop being the copy paste, the copy paste company of the whole internet stuff. Why wouldn't they do it? Even if they have to up the price to $1,000, $1,200, all these other companies, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. So why Behringer should give a damn? Behringer, you need one flagship, even if it costs a little bit more, but you're still getting a flagship. I mean, why not? Why not do it? What's the, you can't be scared of doing something like that. You break the internet, and that will push your overall products. It's gonna push your other products to sell even more because you'll gain such a big reputation on the market. But it's not up to me, it's up to them, I'm seeing if there's, this thing, the Plinky, guys. Oh, the Plinky.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, so this thing, and I'm gonna go after this. The Plinky got my eye big time this year with SUPERBooth, and basically because of its design, is the way they designed this synthesizers. It looks pretty fun. It looks very futuristic. It looks very Star Trek type of thing. It feels like I don't know, like it looks like something you can have in your living room for the guest when they come into your house. You have a set of Plinkies, and your guests, while you make them coffee, they can just go play with the Plinky while you make them some coffee, and they can just sit down and on the couch and play with the Plinky, and and they're not gonna get bored, or even if it's not your house, this could be your place of business. You can have a couple Plinkies in your place of business. You remember when you used to go to the dentist's office and they used to have magazines. Instead of magazines, you give them a Plinky and they can record their music and do their do their own thing while they wait for their teeth to be pulled out. I think this is an amazing thing. You know what I mean? It looks awesome. Let's hear it.
It's a bit like the original Plinky. It's like an expressive polysynth.
I don't know what a Plinky is.
Right.
So
yes.
what I heard is it's everything.
Kind of. Yeah, it's a bit. It was originally kind of this little expressive polysynth. We've got one. Can I have a Plinky over there? Just pass me a little guy. Yeah. Thank you.
Just hurry up and pass the damn thing. Jesus.
This is the original one.
Yeah, I know that one.
So yeah, this is like a little expressive polysynth, and so this is kind of a new version, a new iteration on it.
Yeah, I always found this very confusing.
Yeah.
So this is way more organized.
Yeah, a little bit. And the idea is that now that it's got kind of different panels, people can make their own interfaces for it. And so we have kind of 3 different takes on the interface. They all share the same sound engine, and even like presets you can.
Listen, Plinky, you guys need to understand one thing. You need to design your own stuff, and if people want to design them, that's great. But people are not gonna go there. They're gonna take the design that you're selling right now.
Between them, but all of them have completely different ways to interact with that sound engine. So this one's a bit like, this is Blocks, which is kind of this expressive polysynth type thing, which I won't do audio for right now.
So
but
you're talking about polysynths now.
Yes.
Does it have, I don't know, oscillators, or is it
it's
analog or digital, or
digital,
does it work with samples?
So it's an internal digital 8-voice sample-based sound engine, but it does samples and synthesis. So any sample can be a wavetable, and then you can use that through a kind of subtractive signal chain with a resonant low-pass gate and ADSR and effects.
Does it only work with presets, or can I load my own sample?
Now, for something like this, price is very important, because this thing, I can't pay $2,000 for something that makes it sounds out of thin air. It has to be some analog in there or something to pay $2,000 for something like this. Let's go up forward.
You can write your own panels for them easily, and this will be an open source one. So if you wanted to write your own sequencer.
What kind of language?
It's all in C++. Yeah.
C++.
Yes. Design on here. I haven't done the hardware engineering on this one either.
Extra panel cost.
So it'll be available early this summer. For the price, it'll be 500 euros or less. So we're kind of.
All right. So it's in the ballpark, guys. $500 or less. a Plinky could be great for your place of business if you want to, you know, while people sit down and wait for your statement or your bill statement. There's your $50,000 bill statement for the work you did. And while they wait on that statement, they can sit down and play with a Plinky. You know what I mean?
Under that, as long as we can get it. And then the extra panels, we haven't settled on exactly 50 to 100 euro per panel. And yeah, and it will come with one.
And say, excuse me, sir, would you like a cup of water? Are you enjoying your Plinky? Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, your statement's about to come out. Give me a minute. Do you have credit or debit card, sir?
Panel when you get it. So
And
you
people can order from which of your 3 websites?
Making Sound Machines and the Plinky Synth website will be the best one to look.
Link below.
Yes, link below. The Plinky Synth website will have all the information, and also it'll be on Instagram. All of us will be posting it on every Instagram and flooding it. So we're trying to make it as easy to
I already
find
looked
as
on the
possible.
Plinky website,
Yeah.
but it was just way too much to take in.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Whenever I ask somebody, what is it?
Yeah.
Well, it can do everything. It can
yeah,
generate sounds. It can do samples. It can work as a mixer.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. That's an interesting way of doing music, which I really endorse new ways of making music. Yeah, we're living at a great time right now. It's a great time to be alive, I tell you that. With all of this, you should be able to chart in the, what's it called? The charts, music charts. You're gonna chart in the music charts if you buy one of them Plinkies, all right? And you just go ahead and buy one. Oh, this is the other one, the Oddman Audio Odd one. I think I'm gonna be done. You know, the odd one, and then the Oscar synthesizer SuperBooth. One thing about PWM, they say they're gonna make available for the Malevolent. They're gonna have an STL file that you can 3D print and turn your PWM Malevolent into a desktop synthesizer. 100% down. I think I'm gonna get it, and I'm just gonna get it just to turn that synthesizer into a desktop synthesizer, because I really love the way it sounds. I love the way it screams and does all these things, and you know, I feel like if they had a desktop version of it, that would have been amazing. Actually, PWM should make it happen and make a desktop version themselves and sell it. But I think they don't want to go through all that manufacturing. I guess it's extra money they have to spend on it. But I say that's the way to go, man. Get rid of the keybed. We already have things that make noise over here. And let us play, man. Yeah, we're not taking all the space in the world. What else you got? PWM. There's what? Bink keybed. I don't know about this one. Let me hear this one.
Key travel.
Yeah.
We've got pressure and aftertouch.
Well, it's all the same thing. Only having velocity and aftertouch, it really just gives you really detailed data all the way.
So it's full travel sensor, right?
Full travel sensor on all the keys. It has mechanical adjustability, so you can change how the aftertouch feels, and you can change how heavy all the keys are.
That's this bit over here, isn't it? You've got a little dial.
There's a dial for the aftertouch, and there's a tiny adjustment screw. Just even
if you adjust it, it's still within the.
There's a whole bunch of mathematics that's. It scans about 10,000 times per second per key, where each key is, and computes everything that it needs from there.
So part of that is what's going on. I mean, you've put a synth voice in here just for demonstration purposes, I'm guessing.
All the calculation is done actually inside.
Well, thanks Sonic State for all that information and all the channels that I've bite from them. All this information. Let me see what you got here. Crazy Rabbit made a video. Willie Wall made another video about the Tempera. What else we got? Anything else? Anything else that we're missing? Anybody? Oh, this thing, the Swen 2. This is another synthesizer that I was hearing about, and I believe this is one is analog synthesizer. We're going with Sunny State right quick.
Extra sequencer stuff and other stuff that wasn't available before. So let me run a quick overview here. It's
not too expensive, guys. You gotta watch this one. I love the way those knobs look. They looks very acidy type of stuff.
We got a VCO. It's a single VCO with a standard waveforms basically. You got the PWM on the saw as well. That's notable. Goes into the filter, which you can overdrive pretty hard. Then you have a 12-mode filter, cutoff resonance, two attenuators here. Goes into the mixer, and this is a mixer so you can select 100% filter sound, or you can bring in some more of the clean sound if you want. Goes into the VCA, and the VCA can be distorted quite heavily as well if you want that. Goes to offset and volume out. You have 3 different envelopes, and you have 2 LFOs. First LFO is analog, the second is digital, so you can clock it to the sequencer. And here's the one big new thing also. This is the generative sequencer called the GSEC. It has 4 patterns and up and down.
Yeah, it's pure bass, baby.
Increase in range. And probability.
Ton of patch points on top too.
Now we have all tricks playing. And no tricks playing, or very few. You generate new stuff by just pressing the beat. And you start manipulating the sound bit. Turn the knobs here a little bit. And turn. It's the tempo. We can chain the patterns together as well. We have 4 different patterns here. And now we turn on the click mode for the filter and VCA. Make it distort. And the sequencer triggers envelope 3 right now. I can turn that off. And it also sends like random accents to envelope 1, so you can get this. Like this. And it also sends slides. Goes back to the sequencer. You might have to play a little bit less, not like that intense. So now we've got this kind of acidy style. Make signature sounds with it. I'll turn down, take up the distortion.
Yeah.
But it's not really a real 2-track, but it make that impression. Or if you want to have like a more like a hi-hat. The sub oscillator to add more bottom to it.
Oh yeah.
And that's -1 sub oscillator.
It's almost like a drum, like a bass drum.
Going back to the sequencer, right now it's playing 5 steps, but going out from the same buffer all the time. You can.
All right, I guess this is gonna be the end of tonight's show, and you know. Oh my God! Let's see what's going on. It's the end of the show, I guess, and the end of the show is the end of the show, right? So, very, very, very nice. Great. It was a great week this week at SUPERBooth. As you can see, we're back here. We got Tonewerk doing its thing. Expecting. Yes, sir. Synth Addict. Yes, sir. See you next time. Thanks for staying through all this pain. Waiting on Electron. See what Electron is gonna bring. What else are they gonna bring into the table with the tone work? It feels like it still needs a couple more things, and it will make this machine a $1,500 machine, which is supposed to be a $1,500 machine. Some people say otherwise, that it's already there, and I say it's not there yet. It's not there yet because I have a MPC 1 Plus, and even if the MPC 1 Plus doesn't do that, but it does so much more for so much less. So they need to get their act together. Like I said, they need to put a damn looper on this machine to kill the competition. It's not gonna kill the auto track even if you add a looper. That's not gonna happen. The auto track is a whole different thing, and it's totally different, you know, compared to the tone work. But the tone work will benefit a lot from it, just because, you know, it's a sampler, and samplers loop, and you need a looper. At least I would add this looper to the mix channel, which I don't know if you can see it there, but it's a mix channel, and it's, you know, right now it has 2 LFOs on the mix channel, but only 1 effects insert, which it would have been great to let me add 2 effect inserts, or 3 or 4. I think 4 is the right number, and per track also 4 inserts per track. That would have been great. It would have made this machine an even more nicer thing to do. I'm not trying to compare it to the MPC, but it's like I'm going by the threshold, right? So things that exist, you know. What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean Syntac 2? Huh? Shake it easy. Syntac 2? Syntac. The Syntac 2? You think they're gonna make a Syntac 2? I wonder what would they bring to the table. I say if they bring a Syntac 2, they need to bring. I would say that if they bring a Syntac 2, they have to do like the Analog 4, where you can take where you can make a couple tracks into like one polyphonic track. You sacrifice, out of the 16 tracks, you sacrifice 4 tracks and make a 4 voice polyphonic. I would do that. Yeah, I would do that. And you know, the Syntac doesn't have 8 analog synth. I think it has 4, the regular one. So if it's a Syntac 2, I'll make it like 8 analog voices, and then one of those analog voices will be like a 3 voice paraphonic or something, some weird like that. That's what I would do with the Syntac. But with the tone work, I need the tone works needs something a little bit more special. Maybe, I don't know if the effects department, it really needs that. You got chrono pitch, and then you have the warble, which makes the sounds warble, void reverb. You have 2 types of reverb, 2 types of delay. You got Daisy delay. Then you have saturation delay. And then you got chorus, multimode filter. Well, the multimode filter is like an equalizer. But anyways, I'm done with tonight. It has been a great night. It has been a great day, actually. And I'll see you guys. I'm going to go to my bed. I'm going to take my tone work with me. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to jam out at bed. And I'll see you guys during the week. I'll do the great reveal probably, if not Thursday, Friday night, which I got a little surprise for y'all. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but it's a surprise. So, you know how it goes. All right. Peace out, guys. Take it easy. It's 12:30. I didn't change this clock. No wonder what I've been backed up. All right, it's 12:30. I gotta go to bed. All right. See you next time. Whoop-de-doo. It's Mr. Doggy. Let's go.